When installing a raceway from the interior to the exterior of a building, it's critical to follow the National Electrical Code, specifically Article 300.22, to ensure safety and prevent water damage. The primary requirement is that the raceway must terminate in a weatherproof enclosure. This enclosure serves as the interface between the interior wiring and the external environment, protecting the system from moisture, rain, snow, and other elements. A typical weatherproof enclosure is a conduit body, such as an L, B, T, or C type fitting, equipped with a weatherproof cover. The cover must be securely attached to the conduit body, often using gaskets and screws designed to create a watertight seal. This seal prevents water from entering the raceway system, which could cause short circuits, corrosion, and other electrical hazards. The selection of the appropriate weatherproof enclosure is crucial. It should be listed for use in wet locations, indicating that it has been tested and certified to withstand exposure to moisture and weather. The enclosure's material should also be considered, with options like PVC, aluminum, or stainless steel available depending on the environment and the specific requirements of the installation. The location where the weatherproof enclosure is installed is equally important. While the enclosure is designed to withstand weather exposure, it's still beneficial to locate it in a protected area whenever possible. For example, installing the enclosure under an eave or overhang can provide additional protection from direct rain and sunlight, extending its lifespan and reducing the risk of water ingress. Another common practice is to use a weatherhead when the raceway is transitioning from a vertical to a horizontal orientation. A weatherhead is a specialized fitting designed to protect the conductors from the elements as they exit the raceway. It typically features a drip loop, which allows any water that enters the weatherhead to drain away from the conductors. Securing the raceway to the weatherproof enclosure is also essential to prevent movement and potential water ingress. The raceway should be firmly attached to the enclosure using appropriate fittings, such as lock nuts and bushings. These fittings should be tightened securely to create a watertight connection. If the raceway is subject to vibration or movement, additional support may be required to prevent the connection from loosening over time. Furthermore, it's important to seal any openings or gaps in the raceway system to prevent water from entering. This can be achieved using a variety of sealing compounds, such as silicone caulk or duct seal. These compounds should be applied liberally to all joints and seams to create a watertight barrier. In addition to these specific requirements, there are several other considerations to keep in mind when installing a raceway from the interior to the exterior of a building. Firstly, it's important to ensure that the raceway is properly sized for the conductors it will carry. The National Electrical Code provides guidelines for determining the appropriate raceway size based on the number and size of the conductors. Secondly, the raceway should be installed in a manner that minimizes the risk of physical damage. This may involve using rigid metal conduit in areas where the raceway is exposed to impact or abrasion. Thirdly, the raceway should be properly grounded to prevent electrical shock hazards. The grounding conductor should be connected to the equipment grounding system at both the interior and exterior ends of the raceway. Finally, it's always a good idea to consult with a qualified electrician or electrical inspector to ensure that the installation complies with all applicable codes and regulations. They can provide valuable guidance and identify any potential issues before they become a problem. In summary, when running a raceway from the interior to the exterior of a building, remember that the key is to use a weatherproof enclosure, protect its location, and ensure a secure, watertight connection. Following these steps will help ensure a safe and reliable electrical installation that will stand the test of time. The NEC, or National Electrical Code, plays a crucial role in ensuring electrical safety across various installations, including those that transition from a building's interior to its exterior. Article 300.22 is the reference point. This article outlines specific requirements that must be followed to prevent hazards associated with moisture and environmental exposure. Firstly, the selection of a weatherproof enclosure is paramount. These enclosures are not just ordinary boxes, they are specifically designed and tested to withstand the rigors of outdoor conditions. They are constructed from materials resistant to corrosion, UV radiation, and temperature fluctuations. Common materials include fiberglass, polycarbonate, and powder-coated metals, each offering varying degrees of protection and durability. The enclosure's design incorporates features such as gaskets, seals, and overlapping covers to prevent water from seeping in. These seals are typically made of neoprene, silicone, or other resilient materials that maintain their integrity over time, even when exposed to harsh weather. The choice of enclosure depends on the specific environmental conditions at the installation site. For example, in coastal areas with high salt content, stainless steel or fiberglass enclosures are preferred due to their superior corrosion resistance. In areas with extreme temperature variations, polycarbonate enclosures are a good choice because of their ability to withstand a wide range of temperatures without cracking or warping. Secondly, the installation location of the weatherproof enclosure is another critical consideration. While the enclosure is designed to protect its contents from the elements, it's always best to provide additional protection whenever possible. This can be achieved by mounting the enclosure under an eave, overhang, or other sheltered location. This simple step can significantly reduce the amount of direct exposure to rain, snow, and sunlight, thereby extending the lifespan of the enclosure and its components. In some cases, it may be necessary to construct a small roof or shield specifically to protect the enclosure. This is particularly important in areas with heavy snowfall or intense sunlight. The shield should be designed to deflect water and snow away from the enclosure while also providing shade to prevent overheating. Thirdly, the method of securing the raceway to the weatherproof enclosure is crucial for maintaining a watertight seal. The raceway, whether it's rigid metal conduit, electrical metallic tubing, or PVC conduit, must be properly connected to the enclosure using appropriate fittings. These fittings should be listed for use in wet locations and should be designed to create a tight, reliable connection. Common fittings include threaded connectors, compression connectors, and set screw connectors. Each type has its own advantages and disadvantages, depending on the type of raceway and the specific application. Threaded connectors are typically used with rigid metal conduit and provide a very strong and reliable connection. However, they require the raceway to be threaded, which can be time-consuming and may weaken the conduit. Compression connectors are easier to install than threaded connectors and provide a good seal. However, they may not be as strong as threaded connectors and may loosen over time if subjected to vibration. Set screw connectors are the simplest and most economical type of connector. However, they rely on a set screw to bite into the raceway, which can damage the conduit and may not provide a reliable ground connection. In addition to selecting the right fittings, it's also important to properly seal the connection between the raceway and the enclosure. This can be done using a variety of sealing compounds, such as silicone caulk, duct seal, or Teflon tape. These compounds should be applied liberally to all joints and seams to create a watertight barrier. It's also important to inspect the raceway and enclosure for any signs of damage, such as cracks, dents, or corrosion. Any damaged component should be replaced immediately to prevent water from entering the system. Furthermore, the National Electrical Code also addresses the issue of condensation inside raceways. Condensation can occur when warm, moist air inside the raceway cools and condenses on the cold surfaces of the conduit and conductors. This can lead to corrosion, short circuits, and other electrical problems. To prevent condensation, the NEC requires that raceways be installed with a slight slope to allow water to drain out. The slope should be at least 1/4 inch per 10 feet of raceway. Additionally, condensation drain fittings can be installed at low points in the raceway system to allow water to be drained off. These fittings typically consist of a small valve or plug that can be opened periodically to release any accumulated water. Another important consideration when running raceways from the interior to the exterior of a building is the issue of thermal expansion and contraction. Raceways, especially those made of metal or PVC, will expand and contract with changes in temperature. This can put stress on the raceway system and can cause connections to loosen or crack. To accommodate thermal expansion and contraction, expansion joints can be installed in the raceway system. These joints are designed to allow the raceway to move without putting stress on the connections. Expansion joints are typically used in long runs of raceway or in areas where there are significant temperature variations. The National Electrical Code also requires that raceways be properly supported to prevent sagging or displacement. This support should be spaced at intervals that are appropriate for the type and size of raceway. The support should also be securely attached to the building structure. In areas where the raceway is exposed to physical damage, it should be protected by a guard or barrier. This is especially important in areas where the raceway is located near vehicular traffic or pedestrian walkways. Finally, it's important to remember that electrical work can be dangerous. Always follow safe work practices and wear appropriate personal protective equipment such as gloves, safety glasses, and hard hats. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it's best to hire a qualified electrician to do the work. They have the training and experience to safely and properly install electrical systems. Remember to disconnect the power before working on any electrical circuits. Verify that the circuit is energized using a voltage tester before touching any wires or components. Also be aware of the location of any underground utilities before digging or trenching. Contact your local utility company to have them mark the location of any underground lines.